Man, what's up, man?
What it do? Hold on, man. It's a little foggy on here. I don't like this.
Yeah, I know. You got to clean the screen. I do that too. That's from
man.
all that lotion and lubricants you had. You
I'm
know,
not
to the cum shots.
Don't close the shit.
You know when you wrap up, jerk it off, you still got lotion residue on your fingers. You like, oh, you gotta hit the end button and you're smearing the fucking camera on accident. You like, oh shit, I can't see nothing when I'm FaceTiming. So, man, welcome to Urban Legendz podcast, man. I'm so happy I started doing this, bruh. Everybody was like, well, nobody told me to do a podcast. I seen people doing podcasts, and I wanted to do a podcast, but I was busy filming, and finally got around to doing one. And the reason I created this, man, because I want to create a platform to celebrate people that I feel like are living legends and people I feel like are making legendary moves in their career. You know, and you somebody, man, we done known each other for years, man. Probably since you came out to LA, I would think.
Yeah, we talking about probably 11 years, maybe.
Woo, crazy. And just to see your grind, man. I remember you with no followers to where you at now, you know, and that's something I just wanted to dive into, man. So I'm gonna say some of your credits. I'm talking to Juhahn Jones. Anybody don't know, 1.5 million followers on IG, 1.1 million on Facebook. He got his own series, Killer Bay, movies, the Juice. The story of Juicy Larry. Hey, did the full movie ever come out?
Nah, we're getting ready to do it. We're getting ready to do it. I gotta do it.
Man, I'm looking forward to that. Trap City with Brandon T. Jackson, Rebel, the TV show Rebel, In the Cut, The Wire, and you married that? What? That's a new movie you got coming?
That's the first one I'm actually coming out with now. That's gonna come out this summer. Yeah.
Man, we gonna get into all that, man. This man gets it in. Hey, man, so first of all, I'm gonna let you know this. I'm gonna tell you a little story, because let me tell you something. Even if you don't hear from me, know that I be working behind the scenes. You know, the movie Trap City that you got. Oh. You know what I'm saying? You know I had a little part with you getting that, right? Did you even know that?
I think I heard something like that. Brandon was looking.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you. Did I tell you?
Oh no. I think he wanted you to play the role or something, right?
Right. So Brandon hit me up to play the role, and I read it, and I was being bougie, and I was like, "Why would I?" No, I'm joking. It wasn't a bad script. I was just like, you know, doing MacGyver and stuff like that, and I was just like, I don't know if this is the particular role I want to do. But I sent him over a short list of other people that I thought would kill it in this role, and put your name on the list. I was like, I think Juhahn Jones, and I probably listed like 4 or 5 cats. And so he told me that you got the role, man. He was like, when I said Juhahn, he's like, oh yeah, I like Juhahn. And I'm glad you got it, man. How was your experience on that?
It was good. It was a good movie. I'm trying to wait for when the movie's coming out. I'm like, damn. Like, it was a whole bunch of stuff dealing with police, and we had a whole great window to actually release a movie about that. Then they ended up adding Jeezy to it.
Oh, Jeezy in the movie? Or Jesus?
Jeezy.
Oh, okay.
He plays a priest. It's funny you said Jesus. It's like he plays a priest. It's like an extra scene that they shot and put it in after the movie was already shot. So I don't know what's going on with it, but it was a good project. You know, it was fun.
Yeah, I was wondering when it was coming out too, because when I was looking it up on Google, I was like, did it come out yet? I see the trailer, but
it's in a trap. It's trapped.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
You always out though, bro. You did that years before. I don't know if you remember, for one of the showcases you had. Was it ABC or NBC?
CBS Diversity Showcase, most likely.
Yeah. You put my name in the bucket for one of the auditions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's so far back you probably don't even remember, but yeah, you looked out because you won that showcase, right?
Well, yeah, that one's not like a competition. The CBS Diversity Showcase is more like sketches. So it's almost like industry showcase for and we do sketches. So it's kind of like Saturday Night Live, but it's not televised. And so you kind of get with each other for like, they pick like a certain group of comedians, and maybe like 2-3 months you just practice and write sketches, and then you present the sketches at a theater in front of a bunch of industry folks. So a lot of people get representation. But I'm gonna tell you, my class was an incredible class. In my class that year, the 2011 CBS Diversity Showcase, it was me, Tiffany Haddish, Hassan Minaj, London Brown, who's on Ballers, and Fortune Feimster, who's been all on like Chelsea lately and all that type of stuff like that. And she got a podcast with Netflix and all type of shit. So yeah, man. So it's a good thing to be a part of. It was at one point. I don't know like how good it is now. I'm assuming it's still good.
Say that's how you definitely got in the mix a lot with all of your shows and auditions.
Absolutely. So when Rush Hour came along, they couldn't find who they wanted for Rush Hour. It was supposed to they was looking at T.I. and some shit happened at a show. They didn't know if they wanted T.I. anymore. And so and when that happened and they couldn't find the lead, they one of the casting, Fern, her name was Fern Ornstein. She remembered me from the CBS Diversity Showcase and was like, yo, what about Justin? Let's bring Justin in and see if he can audition for this part. And I'm going to tell you something funny, though, because I'm going to get back to you. I want people to find out about you, but I'm going to say something that's very, very important for any actor. When I did the CBS Diversity Showcase, they told me, oh, Justin, you'll always be the best friend because you're short, you're cute, and all of that stuff like that. You're going to be the best friend. And I told it in 2011. I said, no, I'll be a leading man. I said, your looks don't make you a leading man. Your talent makes you a leading man. By any standard, Kevin Hart should not be a leading man.
Yeah.
He's 5'4.5", dark skin. Not to shout out to all the dark skinned people, but I'm Team Caramel. There's no team. We all in this together. So anyways, but the point is his talent level and his comedic chops got him to a point of, no, I'm a leading man. So that's for anybody. It don't matter what you look like. Your talent go get you there.
I still feel like they, should have did you a little bit better with that promotion for that damn show, though.
Buddy. Well, yeah, people ask me why the show didn't succeed. I was like, well, first of all, yeah, the promotion behind it wasn't even there. Most people don't even know a Rush Hour TV series even existed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. They put me, shout out to CBS right after they canceled it. They put me on.
Gave you a job.
They gave me a job. I told somebody it's like when your parents spank you and then they say, oh, but I love you. They give you a hug and kiss you afterwards. So that's kind of how the cancellation to MacGyver felt. It like CBS spanked me and then they was like, but that's all right, baby. I still love you. Here go MacGyver. And they put me on MacGyver. Hey, man. So how was it growing up in Maryland? I know you from Maryland, man. Exactly what part of Maryland you from? And how was that growing up? You got siblings and anything? I don't know none of this.
Yeah, I got a younger brother, older brother, and two stepsisters, older stepsisters. I grew up in Prince George's County, Maryland. That's like we consider the DMV. It's not too far from DC, and you can not get too far from Virginia either. It was like suburban. I didn't have the wealthiest parents, but I guess I didn't have. They weren't broke, but they were just there, just enough. You know what I mean? For me to have a like, oh my shit, and I had both my parents, so it's like my story of the struggle of life growing up. It's like we had normal struggles, like we were hungry some nights, but we weren't like dying, so I can't really say there were little rats running around, but it was a nice house. It was a good upbringing, it just wasn't your super rich. I'm like, I guess it's middle class. I was
middle class. Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel like I was kind of in that middle class. The thing about me that makes me a tad edgier than you is I grew up next to the dope house.
Really?
Like literally real deal where niggas went and bought their crack. I stayed next door to that house. So, that's why even when I be rapping now and when I be saying certain shit, like I'm sure some people think it's cap. I'm sure some people like, this nigga just be talking. Like, no, because I'm some huh?
So they were your neighbors.
They were my neighbors, and that's why I got a song that say I was raised right next to the dope house. I didn't say I was there. I looked at it. I said, "Oh no, I don't want to be like those niggas. I'm going to college." And I got my degree, and then I started rapping about it. So, hey, when you was a kid, did you ever were you a funny kid? Did you make comedy videos or what? Because this is what people don't know about you. Maybe that they don't know about you. Before I get before you answer that question. Juhahn is very laid back. He's a laid back cat. And Juhahn also has the slowest walk in Hollywood. This nigga walk is so slow. He has to. I'm like, nigga, if you King, if you don't hurry up and get to where we're at, bruh, why are you walking so slow? But anyways, as a kid, were you the funny kid or what?
I feel like I grew up around a lot of funny folks. Naturally, my dad, my mom, my grandma, even my friends. Like I grew up in a funny environment. I always say I feel like a lot of my friends, they could have taken the same journey as me if they would have taken it seriously, would have been just as successful as me, but they just didn't do it. That's how much I felt like my surroundings was there. I didn't really come out my shell until like, man, I feel like 11th grade. I didn't really I was cool and funny and joking with my friends. I wasn't a class clown. I was a little shy, but I kind of like changed and evolved into this new personality, like right around 11th grade.
What caused that to happen?
I don't know. I mean, I got more confidence. I grew some hair. I had the long 2-strand twist. Thought I had the B2K line up and shit. Like I was like the girls. It was crazy. Like within that summer, the girls was more attracted to me. Just before that, the year before, I was just the hood, you nigga, little hood. And then now I had girls chasing me and shit. Like, and I guess I evolved. And I kind of got in the cool crowd. You know, you get the homegirl that's in the cool in crowd, right. And it brings you on. Like, hey, he part of us. And then like now you become like kind of one of the cool kids because you've been entered in, and it kind of evolved from there. And I knew I always wanted to act, so I kind of got in little things here and there. I remember I had my first audition in high school. It was for a play, and nigga, it was a cold read, and I didn't know what a cold read was. And the director was in the stage.
A cold, for anybody that don't know, a cold read is when you just get the script right then and there and has to audition.
Bro, I did not know what that was, and the director was in the audience like, all right, go. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't get a chance to study my lines. He's like, next! I was like, oh, shit. But it was those experiences that got me to where I went, that got me to, going to auditions. I got my manager in Maryland, Linda Townsend, and she got me, little auditions around, and I got on The Wire, got my background, featured background and shit.
I saw you on The Wire. I saw you.
But when I wasn't speaking, you saw me when I wasn't speaking though. That was season 3.
Yeah, I think so. But I seen the whole season. Oh, I mean, I seen the whole series.
Yeah, yes, it's a crazy series.
Cause that's when you had braids, right? You had the B2K braids and that.
In the season 3, I had the ponytail.
Yeah.
The episode in Amsterdam when he allowed us to sell drugs on the block, the cop, y'all can sell here. So I remember, this is nice. They gave you little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, the fresh cut off on potato bread. I was like, oh, this is nice. I was like, I gotta get on this show. I got on back there again as background, but they put me way in the motherfucking back. I was in the field. I was like, why would you put 2 niggas in the back of a football field? What you even need them there for?
We know you niggas like football. You just get in the back, buddy.
Bro. Then I finally got some auditions. I ran into one of my past roommates out in LA, Dennis, and then Mitchell. We kept on running to auditions, and he got me in casting director assistant, Sareva, on Wire, and I went to the workshop all the way in Baltimore, and she's like, we get you in the room, but you got to do the rest. So in the audition, it was for a detective and a drug dealer, and me and my roommate, Mitch, went out for the drug dealer, and my other roommate, Dennis, went out for the detective. He got the detective, and I beat my other roommate out for the drug dealer. So that got me my first speaking role.
That's fire.
Yeah, that got me on the Wire, and I was all excited. I was like, oh, I had a trailer with my name on it. It had, you know what I'm saying, I had socks. I said, they gave me socks. I was
like, they do.
They knocked on the door like, Juhahn, are you hungry? And I was like, oh yeah. I saw, you know how you see the crafty truck, and they do the crafty trucks, they make the sandwiches and stuff. You be excited. It's like it kind of catered.
I heard they used to get you drugs out of them crafty trucks back in the day. I missed all of that. I don't do drugs anyways, but I heard back in the day that's kind of what crafty, like low key. They not only did they provide peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but they provided the cocaine. So, anyways, continue. I'm listening.
So I mean, yeah. So the assistant was like, yeah, you know, you can you're hungry? I was like, no, I see the cracky truck over there. I know how to go over there. I can walk over there. He's like, no, we'll take your order. I was like, oh, yeah. It was just like my first acting job. And then it was on HBO. And I remember like saying the lines, I'm talking to Marlo. And like, this is my first speaking role and shit. And like, they shot it, the cameras on this side shooting at us. And I'm talking to Marlo. And it's like, all right, I'm talking to this dude right here. And it's like, 100 white people with equipment and shit right there, just looking at you, and then you in your mind like, oh shit, you fucked up. This shit is a lot of money. All these white motherfuckers is looking at you like, say your lines, motherfucker.
Right. Come on, nigger, you can do it.
Yeah, come on, nigga. Hey, you got one shot. Get another motherfucker.
Yeah, they would though. They're like, Tyrone, get over here, Curtis.
Yes, they would. Yeah, because my role was just Diller, so it was. It didn't even have a fucking name. It was just Diller, and that was on my trailer, Diller. But yeah, that was my
number
first,
3.
Yeah, that was my first speaking role that got me in the union.
What got you interested in acting?
I just always had the dream, looking at films and movies. Like in middle school, I wanted to, be in it. And then when I finally started to get higher in high school, they would ask you like, what do you want to do? Who do you want to pursue? What's your major? Those years where you got to start to figure out your life at a young kid. Like, oh, I want to be the president. Like, no, I don't know. I just knew I wanted to do that, and everything else was foggy. Anything else, I couldn't really think of an alternative career. And I went to community college in PG for like the first year. Mm-hmm. Books was expensive as fuck. And I said, you know what? Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go to LA and let that be my university of for school and learning.
So what year did you get to LA?
I think like late 09, beginning of 09.
Oh yeah, man. I got out there 07, so I got there like 2 years prior to you.
Yeah.
So
when did you start stand up too?
2007. That's when I really started. Like I did it a little bit in college. Like college, I got up maybe, I don't know, like honestly in 4 years, maybe 3 times, 3-4 times. And then there was a comedy club on the beach in St. Pete, where I'm from, St. Pete, Florida. And I used to go there, like they used to have like an open mic night on like Wednesdays, and then they used to let me start doing like the weekends a little bit. But I don't really, it ain't really till you like really start doing stuff. Okay, I see you with the upstairs, downstairs.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't. Yeah, brother moved into a house.
Okay, I see you. Hey, are you renting that house, or are you paying a mortgage?
Well, no, I'm renting because I made the dumbass mistake that most of us, and I'll tell anybody that's young and getting into the game, when you're doing your taxes, because when you move in a house, they want 2 years of taxes.
Right.
When I was moving in, trying to get this or find a house that I wanted to buy, I hate fucking renting, because it's like, nigga, all the money you give somebody, and you like, damn, that could have went to your house. So basically, one of those years of taxes, I wrote almost everything off, so it looked as if I ain't make no bread. So that fucked me for the 2-year track. Man. They don't give a damn how much money you got in the bank account. Oh, I got bread in the bank account. No. Show me some tax. Show me some reports.
Bruh, I just went through something similar, bruh.
Yeah.
Because so much shit was written off. I thought people always say writing off is a good thing. They don't teach us shit, bruh. So I'm thinking like, so he was like, well, I'm looking at your tax return and it's just showing a loss. I'm like, do you see how much fucking money is in my account? Nigga, I'm on TV. What the fuck is, I didn't say that part, but that's what I'm thinking. I was like,
yeah, but you should. At this point, we like, nigga, what else do you need? You see my bank account can afford the fucking mortgage or the rent or whatever. Why would you not give me this approval for this fucking loan? Like, they just want to see, it's the trail, the money trail.
Yeah, it's bullshit, bro. I promise you, I just went through something recently because I have a rental property in Atlanta that I rent out to actors and directors and athletes. So that's doing good. I want to get another piece of property, and I ran into all this shit because MacGyver just ended. And so the banks, yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm doing this podcast.
Like 10 years.
I'm joking. I started doing the podcast before I got canceled. What'd you say?
You've been doing that shit for like 10 years, I feel like.
5. We did 5 seasons.
You 5? In fact, you seem like longer now. I was like, this nigga is on a full season of Family Matters on this motherfucker.
Hey, I wish. Hey, them actors on Family Guy or Family Matters, either one, them motherfuckers ain't never going broke.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I forgot we was talking
But the houses and shit. Yeah.
But anyways, I went through the same shit. But here's something that people don't know though. Depending on how much money you got, they got something called an LMA loan that you can do. So you essentially using your own money. So if you like, they won't give you a loan because your shit is coming back as a loss. There's some shit I'm just not figuring out. Just for anybody listening, anybody that don't want to know about this shit, you go wish you knew about this shit. So anybody like, they're talking about houses. We trying to save y'all lives out here. You broke bitches. Only a broke nigga probably having that thought right now. So
you can teach us this shit, man.
They're like, get back to the Instagram videos. So this is what I'm saying. It's called an LMA loan, right? You take your money, but then they give you a loan, but they invest the money that you give them. So let's say like Merrill Lynch, right? They go by Merrill now, right? You put in $250,000, they give you the loan for that. The money that you gave them, they take that 250 and then they invest in the market. So, but anyways, that's a whole nother.
Thank you. Y'all should be thanking him for dropping those jewels. You're gonna need it later.
No, you damn sure gonna need it later. But anyways, it's good that you're renting, man. Because I heard another dude say, I heard a billionaire recently just say, don't worry about buying a home, rent your home, and then take that money to invest in real estate or some other shit like an investment. You know, so that's another way to think about it. Like the money you saving, well, not the money that you would have took to put down on the house, take that money and try to get, some real estate or some other shit. Anyways, all right, man, back to you. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that in the episode or not.
Good. It's informative.
It's informative. So when you moved to LA, man, this is what I wanted to know. When you first got out there, was there anything that you started to experience that you wasn't expecting, either from the city or people?
Man, it was just raw, man. Like, you know the traditional game that we get in, or formula that we're supposed to get an agent, get a manager when you go out, get some headshots. I remember calling back from Maryland and like trying to get an agent, and like they were rude as fuck. They were like, "Oh, are you in LA? No." Hang up right in. Are you SAG? Hang up. Like, just rude. And I finally got here and I got an agent. The agent was like, okay, well, it's going to take you about 6 months before you get in the system and you can actually start going and auditioning. I'm like, wow. So you're telling your young fellow that he has to literally wait 6 months, even though he has an agent, to dilly-dally or whatever, until you're ready to kind of get me in the regular motion of auditioning. Like little stuff like that. The mass mailing of headshots and going off and dropping stuff off. I remember I had a funny experience with what's his name, Captain Kirk. What's his name? What's his real name?
Captain Kirk. What's his name? Lee somewhere jerking off.
Captain
I'm
Kirk.
trying to find it.
Captain. I know you're talking about
original Star Trek.
Star Trek. I'm gonna find
MacGyver, something, whatever. I say MacGyver. No, McGregory, something. I think it's something like that. But anyway, so I was going.
James T. Kirk actor. We finna find this because I know
William
it's William Shatner. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Bitch.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to William. Is he still alive? Anyway, so he has an office on Ventura, right? So I was doing my mass mailing, and there's a casting office right there where you drop off your headshots. And I mistakenly, I guess, thought it was his door. So he on the phone talking, yada, 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 and kind of like in a business chair like this. And I go, and I had my envelope, and I'm like, and I'm pointing to the bucket like, do I put it here? And he's like, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I'm all gullible and shit. So I go back out the door and I'm like, okay, all right. And I walk in and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm going to see the bucket or another door here. And I walk all the way to the motherfucking Ventura Boulevard. I said, this nigga pointed me to the street. I hate you, Captain Kirk. You disrespectful. He did it. It was because it's funny because he did it exactly how I did it. I was like, oh.
Damn.
The disrespect.
I was just thinking, I was like, oh, that was nice of him. And then and the story continued.
Damn jerk. I'll never forget that. So, I got my little experiences moving to California, way before social media. Like, I kind of wish social media was around back when we first came. It was like, man, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, you was getting into it early too. But we had been out here grinding like maybe 3-4 years before Vine had just popped up. And like, can you imagine us at 20 with millions of followers?
We'd be all drugged out right now, fucking porn stars, man. But see, that's what I tell people. I always say this. My only regret, which I shouldn't see it as a regret, but it is, because I ain't gonna lie. Some people like, oh, no, hell no regrets. Everything that happened to me happened. Shut your bitch ass up. Shut the fuck up. You know, I hate when people say that shit. It's like, nigga, cut the shit. There's something you did that you like, damn, I probably shouldn't have did that. Mine was getting off of social media. Because I was going viral 2009, 2010. I had videos going viral.
You were going viral before Vine, right?
Before Vine. And I got off because I didn't want to be known as a social media online comedian. That's what it was being called at that time. And it was like a big debate between real like stand-up comedians versus online comedians.
Look at all the comedians now trying to get Michael Blackson, D-Ray, all the old heads trying to looking dumb as fuck, trying to like, you know. A few of them finally got it. They feel it by now. But in the beginning, them niggas was looking dumb and mad. You can see they were still mad trying to do the motherfucking fight.
Fuck these young niggas.
Yeah, fuck these young niggas. Like it, please. Like.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to Michael Blackson and D-Ray. D-Ray.
Yeah. No, but Michael, I don't think Michael ever hated on it, you know. But I'm just saying he's one of the guys that was in that class, you know, of comics that could have like been like, I'm not doing this shit. But it's justifiably so, because it's like you put in 10, 20 years in the game, like you ain't trying to start. I remember I had that moment of I gotta start over. Like I've been on Wire and acting for years and plays and TV shows and movies. Like, the fuck, I'm about to do some videos and not get no views and then go try to get in a video with somebody else that's popping in, like, you ain't got no followers, nigga. Fuck out of here. Like, they just the disrespect. It's like, nigga, I got credits. And it's like, so it's a very humbling pill to swallow. So I see why comics was like, man, I ain't about to, you know, I had nights and nights eating. I'm not about to start over on the phone, my nigga. Like, I'm funny.
Straight up.
So I get it. I understand. Because I was fortunate to be on both sides, because I was starting to do stand-up and already been acting, and then being like doing it, versus the guys that just never did anything and just got famous in a year on Vine and was still in fucking school. You remember all those kids that was in school? Niggas just dropped out of school the next year because they get millionaires.
Exactly. They did.
I was driving the damn bus, you know, or doing party buses at the time. And I'm like a year later, still at the stop waiting for the fucking people to come out. And I'm like, God, it's been a year went by and I'm still fucking doing the same shit. And niggas have become millionaires. I said, oh, we got to figure this out.
Well, yeah, man. And you know, you touched on a few different things that I wanted to touch on, man. Number one, so the stand-up came before the content creation, right? What made you start doing stand-up, and do you really love it? Because I don't know if you've ever gone full in on the stand-up, and let me know if I'm wrong about that. But
I went full in for about a year. I've always loved entertaining people because I did plays and I love the natural, the live reaction. You know, stand-up is just a hell of a beast. That's why I respect it. That's why you don't see me going out here accepting shows and knowing I ain't got the time or I'm not ready. If you know what I mean, there's levels to it, because I spent many a nights going to Marty's and just in the dungeons and just, you know, going up and feeling weird because you talking on the mic to comics ain't listening to you, and it's just like you know, and seeing the growth in myself and actually doing shows, you know, and getting reactions that I worked for. So I went hard at it for a good couple of years. Social media just started to expand more, but the respect for stand-up has always been there, and the love and passion for it is there, and start growing. But my acting was always first, my first love. That's where it started, and then just wanted to basically perform for people and make people laugh is where I tied in my love for stand-up, because there's nothing more gratifying than just seeing a crowd just like laugh at you live, something you're saying, and just you riffing and you getting that, like live reactions. I'm all for that. It's just, you know, stand up is one of those things. Like, you got to work those damn jokes every day. You take a week off, and your stand up timing feels off. Like, oh damn, you'll lose a step. So, you know, especially in with COVID hitting the world. Oh man, that really messed up stage time. Niggas ain't even had a chance to even work out. Like, it really, you know. So now a lot of us are, you know, even the seasoned guys starting to just, like, you know, try to get back into the mix and, you know, get out there and shit. So stand up, I'll tell anybody, you know, and any motherfucker, they got millions of followers. You can tell, you see it. You see these niggas that got the big followers, they get out there and, you know, stage don't lie.
Stage don't lie. The only person that I've seen do well so far personally is DC Young Fly. Somebody that I seen like pop on social media first. Because even somebody like a Ryan Davis, he had already done stand up prior to the social media. So I think he kind of more started out as stand up, then kind of popped on social media. But I'm sure there's other guys. I'm just saying personally who I see.
Country Wayne does well.
Okay, I've never seen him perform.
So, but the difference is, it's different. It's a different mix. It's really, really weird because it's like social media stand-up audience is different from a regular stand-up audience, if I should say, because I've done shows with a couple cats that are big, and you know, they didn't even know who the fuck I was because they just really just follow this one person, but they've never been to stand-up shows. They strictly just are fanning and came out to see this person. So this person, it's like they just are excited to see them, so they don't really understand if they can kind of feel like it's not working, but their excitement overweighs.
Right.
You know, so it's like, it's weird. And you know, I'll say Country Wayne is hilarious. His formula is different because, you know, he's learning his rhythm and his comment, but like, you know, doing the books that we like the Comedy Bible, learning the premises. I don't think that, you know, he took the same route as the traditional stand-up, but, you know, his audience allowed him to grow and grow. Because, you know, sometimes I feel like stand-up is all about how comfortable you are and how you're delivering your stuff anyway. So
for sure,
he kind of got comfortable with delivering the confidence, and the people that mixed with the fans wanting to see him. It's like he having a good show. And then you got to ask yourself this question, because a lot of older comics be like, well, do you want to be a comic, or do you just want to, you know, you want to stay only with your crowd, you want to expand? But it's like, if you're selling out shows and your crowd is growing and growing and it's your crowd, what's really the difference at some point? Like, right. If you sell out an arena and it's off of your formula and they all laughing, if they're laughing, what's the difference between your formula and the traditional formula? They're still coming out and paying. The people are choosing to say that they like you. So that is, it's always a weird little area of what is traditional stand-up versus the new stand-up. Because it's really like two different audiences, bro. It's weird. It's weird. I know you've heard stories about people, seasoned comics, opening up for influencers and murdering the stage and not getting the same interaction as soon as the influencer comes out. Right. Oh, and then the game got to say nothing, like, bring that ass here, boy. Right. It's the glow. It's the fucking glow. And again, like, it's the glow. It's like, what do you want to do?
It's that there's a point in every comedian that gets to it, and I know exactly what the point is. It's the Madison Square Garden level. Once a comedian gets to the Madison Square Garden level, for sure, that mean, when I say that, I mean they're so famous, they're able to sell out Madison Square Garden. Mm-hmm. That audience now laughs at anything you say. That's how famous you are. You can come on stage and be like, damn.
He about to say something. He breathing.
You know, soon as you get to that level. So saying that when that's on the strictly stand-up comedy path. Now, add in social media now, and they got their audience. I'm sure it's something similar, because if you got 20 million, 2 million, 5 million followers, and all these people coming to your show, in their mind, you at that level. So anything that's about to come out of your mouth, this nigga. You know, I've even opened up for some comedians, and it wasn't my crowd. You know, and I done did my jokes, and I felt like I was kind of struggling a little bit that night. These motherfuckers go out there, say some mediocre ass joking premise, and all these niggas killing. And I'm like, oh, this what y'all wanted? You know, you wanted a hamburger joke. All right. You know, goddamn.
They were waiting for it. You were just literally just holding the time to get to what they really wanted to see. You know, they wanted to see a certain person, and that's how it be. It's like it's one in to attest to what you're saying. It's a weird place, because they are excited to see an influencer, because that's what they been following, seeing over and over. But they don't know that there's a formula to it. So when they get there and they see them, there's something missing, but they can't understand what it is, but they're still excited.
Right.
So it's like a back and forth. And then they be like, right. And then it becomes funny. And something that they say on the internet that they're familiar with. Then they, there it is. This is what I love. It's like a weird thing. So,
it's so true, because I've met people that said they've never been to a stand-up comedy show. So I completely understand what you're saying. There's something missing. They're excited. They're like, I think that what he said is supposed to be better than that, but I don't know, because I've never.
I love him. I do love this motherfucker. So I'm going to rock with him, because it's like at that point you're a family member to them, so they just want to see you win. So they're gonna stick with it, unless you're just horrible, and then you show it on stage. You just start bombing. But it's weird. Hats off to any influencer that is that powerful on that side and master stand-up.
Right.
That's gonna be the super next motherfucker.
Well, see, that's why I feel like, and you're right about that. That's why I got back on social, because I got on social media twice. And then before MacGyver ended, like season 5, I was like, let me get my ass back on here, build up my fan base, because I realized I didn't have a Justin Hires fan base. I have people that love MacGyver fan base. So if I don't post something that ain't MacGyver related, most of the people that follow me ain't fucking with it. And I'm like, I need to get a legitimate Justin Hires fan base. And that's actually when I got on TikTok in December. I want to talk. I just got on there, and I want to talk to you about a few of these things. But this is one thing I want to talk about first. I don't want to miss out on this. Remember the Vine days, because you kind of touched on it. I remember doing Vine, and me and you really connected. And we connected because we wasn't on no whole shit. And when I say that, I mean we solid dudes through and through. We would experience people not wanting you. Either they didn't want you in their videos, or they didn't want to share. They didn't want to revine your stuff because you didn't have enough followers. And you remember those days? How did you just speak on that? Like,
it is what it is, man. It was like a different class of cats that came out, and it was their game. You know what I mean? They figured out how to make this formula, and it popped. And it was very tight, cliquish.
Mm-hmm.
It was squad up. You wanted to get in this fraternity. We here we come, the funny niggas that's been doing shit, like official shit, trying to figure out this shit. And we a little bit behind and shit. Niggas is almost at 1 million, or if already in the millions. And here we are. Look, we're funny. We can hang. We'll benefit you.
Right.
Niggas was like, nah. But it was like it's the grind. Niggas was already tunnel vision and going up. So it was like, why? Why? But I just focused on myself, man. I was like, man, I'm not about to go ahead and like after I was doing stuff with the vines and everything, and then as I saw, because we knew the influencers that were the top dogs, they were getting over Vine. I was like, well, nigga, if they over it, nigga, ain't nobody gonna be on this shit because they control Vine. Everything is popular because they post something. So if they over it, nigga, it's gonna be the end. So I knew, and that's right around when 15 seconds came on Instagram. So they was trying to rob them like they always do.
Well, Instagram is the biggest thugs in all of social media.
Facebook, what's his name?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, that nigga is the god bullshit. But I was like, yeah, it's about to be the end of that soon. So I was like, I'm about to just focus on myself. I'm just gonna shoot. I'm gonna have a shoot day, and I'm gonna dedicate shooting videos and building up my Instagram. And I start working with King Keyron, and he was one of the more humbling cats that, you know, had a big following that kind of took me under his wing and was like, yeah, I'll shoot with me, and I'll even repost some of your stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's what's up.
I
need to get him on here too.
Yeah, he is crazy because, you know, he's definitely a closed off hood nigga, so he wasn't really open to a lot of people. So it was dope for him to kind of like, you know, receive me, and, you know, he did help me, you know, get up. But even with me, you know, getting my sporadic boost from him, I still was consistent. I still had my shoot days. Like every Thursday I shot, and I shot like 4 or 5 videos, and then I posted back then I was like, I'm posting every day. So I was posting a video every day, and then I started grinding and
I remember that too. I remember when you was like, man, Jay, I'm posting a video every day. Which is insane. How long did you do that for? Like a year, I think?
Yeah, for like a year I did that, and we just expanded, and I finally hit my goal of 1 million followers. Oh, 2 seconds.
Right. Lee, if you
yes, sir. I'm still here, sir.
Keep me company while we wait.
Conversation dope so far, bro. Real as hell.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, man, because, you know, we go back for real.
I was dying over here laughing at the jacking off joke about cleaning the screen as I was trying to clean my screen.
Electrical guy came in. He might knock on the door. But anyway, it's just great to have in the house. You get house problems. Just shit.
Hey, that's all good. And a good thing, huh?
What was I saying?
I forgot because I'm a bad interviewer, but this is what I was gonna get. This is what I was gonna get.
At least you know, nigga. At least you know.
You were saying when you got to 1 million followers.
Thank you, Lee. That's why I got Lee here, because that actually segued into my next phenomenal question. I remember, and you talked about it in your stand-up. I don't know if you ever said it at a show. You said when you hit 1 million followers, you were sleeping on one of your homeboys' couches. Talk about that, bro, because a lot of people think when you hit 1 million followers, like, oh, he got money, he killing it, he winning, he winning, and you was winning at something, you know, social media. You was winning at social media, but maybe not at life. I don't know, but talk about that though.
So the grind was there. Like I said, I was driving party buses in the beginning, like when I was first started working at All That Digital, and, you know, getting those little $150 checks here and there. And I was probably averaging, like, you know, I would only work on the weekends going to party bus. So I was making like $300, like 100, 150 a night. So I'm like, okay, so it's $300 in one weekend. So I would average out what it is for the month. So I was like, okay, I need to take this leap of faith at some point, because, you know, I was driving the party buses and I think I was getting around 100K, and then it was starting to get a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm picking up it's like Greyhound bus. So I'm picking up party loads. And people will get on the bus and be like, hey, you look familiar. Do I know you from somewhere? And I'm like, no, you don't know me. Who? What I look like? You know, so it's getting weird. So at some point I was like, let me take this leap of faith. And I calculated, all right, if I make this amount this month, and I got this check from All That Digital, and I got a little shout out from a rapper, and I made this. I basically made a month's worth already. I can take off a month and just focus on myself. So I slowly started to progress to that. But there was at some point before I made the money, 500,000 followers. or even more, 800, I was still waiting for those checks. I wasn't comfortable. You know what I mean? So it's like you can have over 500,000 because it was like at that point it was like, oh, if you don't have 1 million followers, you ain't really getting no brand deals, like no deals. You know, like that was like the quota of where you okay, you get some checks here and there, but like the nice checks, it's like, oh, you got 1 million followers, dude. Like that's when they started to respect you. So I did incorporate that into my stand-up as I was growing with the stand-up. And that's when I was starting, because I remember when I first started stand-up, I was, talking about, I don't know, hacky shit or, like what I think is funny or, but when I started to like really try to, indulge in relationships and then talk about my career, there was a point of view that I noticed that most people didn't know. They really looked at influencers as balling. So they didn't know that there is a version of, yeah, you popping, but you're broke. Like I had 1 million followers and my car my Pontiac Grand Prix had just overheated on Hollywood, on the 101 by the Highland exit. And I'm here, I'm driving and it's overheated. And I think they stormed past me on the highway and called me like, hey, was that you on the highway, just in the middle of the highway? I was like, oh yeah. And in my mind, like, nigga, why you stop? But I'm like, yeah, that was me. And he was like, man, you popping. You don't need to be doing this no more, brother. Like you gotta, and that's when in my mind I was like, yeah, I need to start to match my image because this shit is real. Like you can be famous, but still broke.
Damn. I wish my homeboy would have just heard that. Lee, he just okay. Yeah, he back in here. Because his car actually exploded at school. We went to high school together. And his car literally exploded in the parking lot. He was just telling us about how his car overheated. And he got 1 million followers and basically don't have no money in the bank account.
On the freeway, on the 101, bro. Everybody looking at you.
Bro, the craziest thing is like we had
show your face. God damn it.
My bad. The craziest thing is like I had just drove to Daytona with them fools. Like, and that Monday, I think we got back, and that Monday my car caught fire.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Man, life happens, bro. That shit was like, it was an eye opener, man. It was definitely, but it is what it is. Like that shit, it's real. You can be more famous than your pockets. That's like a quote or a movie or something.
No, see, I'm the reverse. I'm rich and ain't popping. You know what I'm saying? That's
it's the thing though that it's never too late. You know what I'm saying? It's never. Look at Mike fucking just Michael Blackson. I don't know. This nigga just popped, and within the last couple of years, I mean, he was doing it for a while. But it's like the syndrome, like that you kind of are in right now. It's like, but it's on a more extreme level. Think about Jaleel White. Could you imagine if, especially, I'm glad that you're not in that position because he's super typecasted. But I feel like he could have fought his been typecasted if he had the benefit of social media.
For sure.
He was only Urkel, and he had no way to show anything else of him, or and that happens sometimes on these shows. Like you can be on a show, a big Fox show, and niggas know you, but they not know you. But the beauty of social media is like, because they see that shit over and over and in their pockets, their phones, they kind of get this mental injection of you that they just feel like they know you, and they see your image and they just see you more than, the big brand show. So I always wanted to be a happy balance of like, being on a hit show or a movie and also having my own presence to like, I got my own brand here. So y'all really can't say at some point, you're done. And then I'll be like, oh shit, I need something else to do. You know what I mean? So it's that's what I would say the beauty is of social media. You can also be typecasted in social media too if you don't know how to, showcase yourself or have more talent. So you also can be pigeonholed by social media as well. You know, there's a lot of niggas out here that they popping, but ain't no studios checking for them, or if they had a chance to do something else, they wouldn't be able to because they don't have the talent to do it. They just only can do that one thing, that one trick.
Yeah, you know? Man, the biggest problem I see with a lot of social media cats that only do social media is that, well, they can't act. It's a lot of overacting or talking super fast, and that doesn't work on TV and film. You know, or they talk fast on they try to sound like Chris Tucker and they don't realize that's where they're getting it from, but they don't actually have the punchlines behind it. You know, like Chris Tucker talked fast, but he actually had jokes behind it. He wasn't just talking like this and then didn't say nothing. You know, it's like, you can talk like that, but nigga, say something funny too, you know? So what made you I got like 2 more questions before they cut your
1 second.
Power off. Yeah, they about to cut his power off. 2 questions and we're done. One is, how difficult is it to go about getting an independent project made? Because what I commend you about is you always find a way to shoot your own, you know, like sketch series and all these type of projects that you're doing. How difficult is it to get the financing and to get people attached to do these?
When I started with shooting the series, the YouTube venture, basically that started because I was like, let me take this to the next level. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can keep people's attention span longer than 60 seconds at this point. So I started doing longer videos on elongated sketches, should I say, on YouTube, which kind of took off. It was You Hitting That was the first one that we did that kind of took off, where they wanted them longer than 5 minutes. Which went to 10 minutes, which eventually went to 30 minutes. So it's like, oh, okay, I can keep their attention span. You know what I mean? Like, let's really get down and busy with it. And even shooting the series, I was using a lot of my money, and you can monetize off of some of those videos. So at least some of that money that was getting from those videos, I could put back into the system. And because I had the relationships, being an actor and comedian with so many people before and having credits, I was able to kind of like combine the social media with those relationships, the respect there, and get some, like, I had Lisa Ray in the fucking YouTube series. She did a couple cameos, and
crazy.
Collier was, just I had these relationships. I did acting jobs with them, so that kind of like both worlds start meshing. I was like, oh man, it's almost, it can be in a sense like you won't know the difference between TV and social media with me, because this is a YouTube show, but it has regular actors that you're used to seeing, and it's some good writing, and it's not like sketchy. But then I had an epiphany. When I was shooting Trap City. I'm sitting there, and I'm in the you get a lot of time. You're real busy in LA because you got meetings and you got shoots and stuff you got to get around. But when you're shooting a project out of town that you're not familiar with, kind of stuck. Only with like when you go on a set or maybe studying lines, but you kind of got a lot of dead time, And I had an epiphany. I was like, what? Okay, so I want to do something. I want to start to get my work out there. But why am I stuck on, let me take this to Netflix, or let me take it to a studio? Hey, studio. Hey, Netflix, I got 1 million followers. 1 million people rock with this. Oh, they all watch this. How about you take it, own it, replace the actors, and give me some bullshit money?
Right. Or
how about I bet on myself for all these years I put into, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. You see me?
That damn computers keep going. So how about I bet on myself and all the money and time I put into the career and actually give it back? Why not bet on myself? Why not give it straight to the audience? You know what I mean? And then give it back to the traditional after I'm done betting on myself. I had that epiphany, you know what I'm saying? Because we sit here and we say, oh, we'd be happy to be on Netflix and all this other stuff, which is great. It's great exposure, but you have built this following up for all these years.
Netflix is thinking right now, no, nigga, we heard what you said.
Hey, Netflix, hey.
Okay,
niggas, y'all can listen. Sorry, Netflix, I'm about to show you how it's done. They respect money. They're like, oh, you got followers. Oh, okay, but will these motherfuckers buy something? That's when they would really respect you as an artist. So I was like, you know, let me do that. Let me take a chance on myself because, you know, the show got about 30 million, 40 million views in both seasons combined. You know, each episode is like on 1 million, you know, views, like dedicated followers. So I'm like,
say the name of that one.
that one's You Hitting That.
Mm-hmm.
If I could just tap into the audience and really create a project, a premium version of it, they could really, you know, and if I can, I'm so confident if I can get, at least if those people know that this project is available, they'll get it.
Straight up.
They'll buy it. So we created a movie version of it called You Married That. We did crowdfunding. We said, oh yeah, we're gonna raise about $20,000, you know, because we shoot the show for peanuts. I know we can shoot a movie, you know what I'm saying, for $20,000. We ended up raising $30,000. We got Alexas, way better cameras, glossy as hell. Had a full out crew and team. That damn 20, 30,000 was gone in the first week. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
We even got locations. Welcome to movie making. Fortunate enough, we got some investors to come on board to believe, you know, what we're doing. We don't have a crazy budget, but it's definitely a lot of money that is going into it. But this is just our shot at saying we're going to take it straight to the people. And I just went to New York on Memorial weekend, and we got the billboard on Times Square.
I saw that.
You know, we had this crazy idea. We're gonna have like almost 100 women dressed up in wedding dresses and walk through Times Square with, you know, Jagged Edge remix Let's Get Married, and just let motherfuckers know we here. And passing out flowers and awareness in the movie. And it's crazy because as I'm going through New York, the test is being proven. Like, I'm passing out the flyer. If they don't recognize me, which a lot of people recognize me out there, because I'm like, I haven't really walked around New York or Harlem just to kind of, as I'm passing out the flyers, it's like my audience is there. They're just waiting like, yo, all right, yeah, okay, all right, what you got? Oh, you got a movie? Okay, they've been watching me for so long. It's like, well, what you got? You gonna continue doing that shit, or you're doing something the next level? I'll see it. And then I was able to realize that if it wasn't me that they didn't recognize, there's somebody in the film that it was demographic. Oh, you're older. Oh, Michael Collier. Oh, Michael Collier. Oh, ladies, Lisa Ray. Oh, Lisa Ray. Like, there's somebody in the film. April Jones. Oh, yeah, I know how. You know, to get the little young ratchets and shit. Like, oh yeah, I like every hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there's somebody. Greg Grant. There's somebody. Big Job. The Shade. Like, there's somebody in here that I can connect to in our demographic. You know, and the light. We keep creating this light, and it's like it's undeniable. So that's where I'm at right now. You know. Elevation wise, I just created a new question for you. That's where I'm at right now. Like, where are you at now in your career? Like, yeah, I just gave you that question. Like, that's where I'm at right now. It's like, all right, I'm betting on myself. You know, I'm not about to, you know, jump on another social media platform and try to build up a following. You know, like you're doing it because you're building up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have a choice.
Yeah, but for me, I'm like, all right, I built the following, and what do I do with them? Because at any point, they can turn this algorithm down on the motherfucker and be like, your shit ain't been seen. So I need to cash out my motherfuckers.
Yo, my algorithm has always been trash on my Instagram. Always. Like, people will swear I pay for my followers because my algorithm has always been trash on Instagram, bro.
It's an all-time trash now, bro. Like, they got me losing followers like it ain't nobody's business. Nigga.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I can not post and lose followers. I can post and lose followers. I can do great and lose followers. Like, it's a constant. Like, I got my barber, China. She hooks me up every time I talk to her. Like, maybe every couple of weeks. She's like, man, I gotta keep following you. Like, they literally, like, she's like, I have to keep following you because they keep making me unfollow you. Like, I'm like,
that's crazy.
It's like you at some point, because I was at 1.7 million followers, my nigga.
You had 7 million followers on Instagram?
No, 1.7.
Oh, 1.7. Oh, and it went down. Damn, you lost that many, huh? That's crazy.
A couple of us have lost hundreds of thousands over like the last year. It's like, bro, at some point, that many people clicked and said, I fuck with you. I will follow you and I like what you're doing. We have to fight now to even get them to see our stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they're doing this fuckery with, oh, we're just gonna constantly, slowly chip you away. They let like a few motherfuckers go crazy. They let Desi go crazy, let Haha go crazy, and I don't know, now Country Wayne starting to go crazy, like, or B Simone, like they'll let a couple slip through the cracks and then they can just grow and flourish. But everybody else is like, it's like, what is this system that you got that we can't break through? It's like real weird. So I'm like, man, I know that I have, built a following because everywhere I go, anywhere, even outside the country, I'm in Antigua or London, people will recognize, like, I need to capitalize on that because, that shit don't last forever either. You know what I'm saying? You thought
about Patreon?
So I want to build a platform similar, kind of like Kevin on Stage did.
Right.
His app. That's beautiful. What Kevin has did, like he had, and before the app even launched, we had like what 10,000 subscribers at like $5.99. I would take 50,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers over 1 million followers any day.
Straight up.
That's magic. That is magic because this nigga's getting like even what $5.99 and you take $1 or whatever. The company making 50 grand a month, just doing what we've already been doing because people supporting. I mean, that's where it is. You have to do a lot more work because you got to keep that system going. You got to keep content.
You got to put out more content because the algorithm's so whack. But once you get the following, that's the way to go. Like you said, that's the dream. He winning.
I saw that because when we were thinking about putting out the movie, and I was like, well, where can I put it at? Where, I don't want to put it, let me put it on YouTube or let me put it on Amazon. They take 50% of everything. It's like, this is our movie. Like, we don't need to put it on somebody else's program. And when I saw his app and that shit was on Roku, and I was like, oh, because my main issue was like, how can I play this movie where it's easy for people to plug it up to the TV and be connected and not having, older folks. How do you mirror your phone?
Right.
Do all that. How do you get them connected? Like, I don't want that. And when I saw his app, I was like, oh.
So wait, his app is on Roku?
Roku. All supported platforms, bro. You can go on Roku and type in the app, just like you type in YouTube or whatever app you're trying to get on your Roku TV. And you're typing Kevin on Stage Studios, and that bitch would be there. And you can click there and watch it from home.
Damn. Wait, so if you subscribe, well, I guess you don't subscribe to Roku, you just have it on your TV. So you still would have to subscribe to his platform, right? You could just find it on Roku and then subscribe to it.
Mm-hmm.
Woo,
like,
fire.
Yeah. It's home entertainment, bro. People would, and it was gratifying for me to even get a taste of that on YouTube because, YouTube is on a lot of smart TVs. It's right down there next to Hulu and Netflix as a thing that you can click on. And a lot of people would like send me pictures and videos of them watching my episodes, eating food, like, oh, I gotta get my dinner ready so I can watch your show. Like we've graduated to the point of like social media where we have now become home entertainment.
Yeah.
Without even being in the studio. So it's like, it really tapping into a sense of that even more because the people are there. They're watching the shit because it's almost like it's free. You give them quality and the YouTube is there, and if you give them some quality stuff, they watching it on the TV and happy to watch it. And they don't have to pay cable. Like, fuck, we don't need cable. That was one of my hashtags right now. I was like, don't need cable, just Jay. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I like that.
Yeah,
plus I could use that one too.
Yeah, right. Use that shit. Like, it's true though, man. It's like people, we are here for the people. And if, we tap into them enough, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wanted to bring them premium from what I was already bringing them on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm not about to start to charge you for some shit that you already getting for free. Like, nah, this is a movie. We shot on better cameras. We got more cameos, and it's a big extravaganza. And people, they support. They want to see. I see people in the comments all the time. Like, how can I support you? I feel like I should be paying you for this. And I think people kind of see that. They can tell when shit looks more established versus like the sketches and stuff. And if you think about it, the sketches it's dope. It's dope. It got me to where I am now. But if you think at it at a bigger scale, it's like, how far can you really go with sketches? At some point, what's the growth? Like, people want to be like, oh, I love your sketches, but what else more would I want to see from a sketch? Like, it's just a sketch. Like, all right, you got another sketch next week, something that's trending or something funny, but like, well all right.
You got to elevate. You got to elevate and evolve.
There's nothing to make your brain expand from a sketch. It's just funny in the moment, and then you're over. So for those cats that are doing sketches, I implore you, at some point, you gotta expand, like you said.
Everybody that does sketches right now is saying "fuck Juhahn Jones."
Yeah, and that's the thing that though I respect that too. There's a point where I was like, I'm trying to get this 1 million followers, and I don't give a fuck with nobody saying I'm tunnel vision. So when you on here and you got a little young motherfucker making money and he's killing, you like, all right, be smart with your money or do something else, or start to do some shows, sell out some stand-up shows or something, like do something with your audience. They like, fuck you, nigga. And then I can't do nothing. I can't, like, yeah. What I'm going to tell you to stop, you're on a rocket right now. Like, get on the rocket, nigga. Like, do some moves with the rocket. Like, they're like, no, nigga, I am above everybody. Like, they need to listen to me. I can only shout and like, hey, you should do this.
Hey, man, you did your part. Hey, man, I'm about to wrap it up, man. I'm going to let you go, bruh. I just want to say, man, I respect and commend everything that you're doing. You a king. Man, I know you just go keep accomplishing more and more successful things. That's why I wanted you on this, bro. Like I said, I want to celebrate people I consider living legends and people I consider making legendary moves. And my only hope for this podcast is people fucking look back at these interviews, 5-10 years from now and be like, damn, like the people he had on there, they went out and did that shit. Everything that they said they hoped and dreamt about doing, they actually accomplished it. And I know that's what's going to happen with you, bro. So I appreciate you. I don't wish you nothing but continued success, bro.
Thank you, brother. Brother. And we got work to do.
Straight up. Hey, I'm going to be back in LA the end of June. So, man, I'll hit you up, man. We'll link up, bro. We'll get up for show, man. Get it popping. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Lee.
All right, well, man. Peace out. Nice to meet you, bro.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
I'm 2 miles away from a mic.
All right, bro.
All right, bro.
Peace.
No, I ain't no Jay-Z, but you still get a J. Shooting at niggas like that nigga Clay. Invested in myself and doubled up my pay.